I'm hoping to at least be the carrier of the team. All right, we're at pack one, pick one, draft number one here. Let me lower this over here. Pack one, pick one. Now, it's also very fun to get to try hard for Cube. It's not something you get to do all that often. We do, I think, have a pretty weak pack one, pick one. Usually when you see me draft Vintage Cube, I'm like, let's have a little bit of fun. Let's just, unwind after a long week of moderning, but not this time. We're tryharding. I do think I'm going to take the Gristlebrand. Do you think I'm going to take the Gristlebrand here? It's like weirdly not that close, I think, even despite it not being a card I love to pack one, pick one. Yeah, you can take Proft. I just think that, Gristlebrand is probably the best reanimation target. And Reanimator as an archetype, I think, is pretty good. All right, so we've got Polluted Delta, we've got Thoughtseize, which could be good. I don't think I'm gonna take a Traxa second. Bowmaster is also really nice. I think Dothy Voidwalker is great. I really actually dislike that this pack has Voidwalker and Bowmaster and Thoughtseize, three really good, kind of generically good black cards. So black is kind of likely to get cut. Jace Friend's Prodigy is also super good in Reanimator, where it's like it lets you buy back your reanimation spells and is a very good looter. I do think I'm gonna take the Thoughtseize. Can we move the Cube for Charity icon thing? Oh yeah, the trophy or the leaderboard. I guess it should go over here. I guess that's why Gab had it over there. Okay, we could take a Verdant Catacombs. We could take an Urborg. We could take Sink. I think Sink is really good. Harvester of Misery is also probably great because it's like a combination removal spell that you can also reanimate to pretty good effect. I could see that being nice. I think it's gonna be between that and the fetch land for me. Lion's Eye Diamond also can go hard with Gristlebrand, but I think we're kind of far from that. I'm gonna take the Harvester. Take the Harvester. Okay, so we've got a Shallow Grave and an Agatha Soul Cauldron. I would also love Grim Monolith. Grim Monolith is just a way for you to hardcast stuff like Gristlebrand sometimes. I haven't seen this Volcanic Island art either. I'm gonna take the Shallow Grave, I think. Kind of regretting not taking the LED because LED is really good with Shallow Grave just in general, and then it's also really good with Gristlebrand Shallow. So if Gristlebrand Lion's Eye Diamond, you can maybe like kind of pseudo storm off the turn you reanimate. But I think we're gonna go in on this. Could take Baleful Mastery. Could take Ice Till Explorer. Probably not nearly as good in this kind of archetype as it is in the Strip Mine decks. Not that interested in Cecil. Ignoble Hierarch could be kind of whatever. I think I'll probably just take Baleful Mastery. Not sure about that one. A little bit interested in staying mono black. Probably take Inquisition over Talisman of Dominance. Kind of a close one as well, I think. I am usually a big proponent of just like taking the Thespian stage kind of aggressively. It would be kind of nice to have stage depths as a backup plan, especially if we wheel the Urborg. Although I think I should just take the Fatal Push. Fatal Push is pretty good. And then there's Vampire Hexmage, although we'll take this Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual, I think, is going to be better. Yeah, I at the moment, I would really like to stay mono black. The problem, of course, is we passed Dothi Voidwalker and Bowmaster, so I'm a little bit worried about that. So we can take the back streets. This is Swamp Mountain Forest. Unearth currently doesn't do anything. Could end up doing something. I think I'm just going to try to continue to hate the black cards. Very weird first draft here. Mac Waters the $25. Thank you so much. If that's for a deck tech, you can post it in chat. Propped Wheel Sock this by 2. That's true, yeah. I'm trying to figure out if there's a better spot for this during the draft. Maybe I'll just move it underneath the donations. Not sure. Okay, so we do wheel Dothi Voidwalker. We also wheel Jace. I think Jace is really good. We currently don't have any reanimator targets. Our deck is all black though, and we have no fixing. So if we maintaining the mono black thing could be really nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Voidwalker and try to stay like mono black reanimator. This archetype is really really good if it could work. Okay, we did wheel the Urborg. Donations are also top left. Okay, I guess we're just gonna put that there. And then Anthony with the $50. Nice. Yeah, let me see. I'm the admin. I can edit that. Okay, Agatha Soul Cauldron probably will make the deck. Nice pickup. Cecil, I don't know if we're gonna play Cecil. I'd side in Cecil. Orinzio, think for the $20. Love to see y'all coming out this early. We're gonna be going long this weekend. Root Walla might end up getting there. Oh, 2 Root Wallas in a row is funny. Thank you, sweetie. She is giving me a bottle of water. All right, we're gonna pivot into Luris like we always do. Just kidding. Okay, so Bazaar of Baghdad is the best card for us in this deck. I think even by like a pretty big amount. Number 2 is Collective Brutality. I think both are like super likely to wheel, and so I'll probably just take the Bazaar since I do think it's the more important of the 2 cards to get, even though I don't really think that we're not gonna wheel either. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to update this. I gotta find my security code. Okay, let's probably take Urza Saga. I almost never pass Saga despite we have nothing for it. It's just so good in every deck. Like, what else would we be taking? Infernal Grass? I guess Infernal Grass would be okay. Probably would take it over Edict. I'm gonna take the Saga. The Saga just has so much upside if you can get 1 or 2 targets for it. Let's take the Overlord. I think the deck's kind of coming together. We would really like another reanimation spell, although the Cauldron kind of counts. We would really like Entomb. We would really like another target. But we've got a lot of time to find those things, but we're kind of developing kind of a nice plan B too. Wait, did I miss Anthony with the 50, Marinzo with the 20? I think I got you. If I didn't, sorry. A little bit hectic this morning. So we could take Bolas' Citadel, Tendrils of Agony, Toxic Deluge, Coalition Relic. I don't think that we're going to be able to get the Tendrils to work. I also don't really think the Citadel will work that well, unless maybe if we open Lotus, we'd want it. I think we'll take the Deluge. Maybe not main decking it, but a very good sideboard card. So there's the Dark Depths. Unfortunately, we passed both Hexmage and Thespian Stage Pack 1. So I guess we're not taking it. We could take the Carnage Interpreter. It's technically a discard outlet. I think it's fine. It's a card I kind of like. Okay, so I think I've fixed the layout here. Let me go ahead and refresh. A Mind Twist is pretty good. I'm a little bit higher on Mind Twist, I think, than most people who are like really doom about it. When this enters, you make a 2/2 soldier with Firebending 1, cast a spell during opponent's turn, make another Firebending 1 token. Okay, that card's pretty cool. Too bad it's not legal in Modern. Let's take the Mind Twist. Relic of Sauron is a discard outlet that sometimes lets you hardcast your big stuff. I think I'll be okay to take this. But really, okay, Emperor of Bones is perfect for the deck because it's both. It's good. It's great with Cauldron. It reanimates our stuff in addition to just helping with like kind of the more mid-rangey plan. You would main deck Deluge always. That's interesting. For me, I feel like if I have a really good Reanimator deck, then I'm not that interested in main decking the Deluge because my like linear Reanimator deck is gonna just crush them. I think in this kind of deck, I'm more likely to want to play it. I agree, but I like if I get like Entomb and Demonic Tutor, I'm not gonna main deck the Deluge. Is kind of my attitude. Master of Death's kind of interesting. I think I'd probably just take the Triome instead. And there's a Baleful Strix, which I don't think we're very likely to splash, but I'll just go put it over here. Karn, kind of good filler. Maybe even slightly above average filler with like the Urza Saga if we can get like an artifact or two. These are the cards I'm not necessarily gonna main deck. This is good to reanimate? It's only 5 mana. Wan Shi Tong getting 2 cards is kind of crazy. Alright, I guess I'll take Random Oracle over Concealed Courtyard. You never know. Do you have a Bolas, a Citadel, and a Dark Ritual? Let's see, so I've got a ton of playables here. Plus, like, a few cards I'll be pretty happy to play. Kaito does this Kaito doesn't loot. We have Fatal Push. Okay, I didn't have enough time, I guess, for this one. There's Cut Down also. Cut Down's probably pretty main deckable. Deluge probably a bit better. All right, so there's a Mox Emerald and there's an Underground Sea. I'm gonna take the Mox Emerald. This is definitely a good deck for. Okay, those Recurring Nightmare too. But like, I mean, a Mox is really important for the Urza Saga too. This is a deck that can use off-color Moxen really well, I think. Cut down's excellent. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's take the Mox. You got space top right, move some stuff up. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is probably okay. I want to. Maybe I might shrink them. I'll probably just shrink the Moxfield logo for the stream. They'll understand. Bitter Triumph is a discard outlet. Now, one thing we don't have that's kind of important is another reanimation target. I don't really love this one. Just when it enters, reveal top 7. Any number of creature lands into your hand. I don't know. When it dies, the Shallow Grave die or exile? It's exile. Okay, I think that's going to be me wanting to take the Bitter Triumph. I do also like that black-red card too. Nethergoyf, Urza's Bauble are kind of our options here. Nethergoyf is probably pretty good. We've got Overlord, we've got Urza Saga, we've got Bazaar of Baghdad. I'm gonna take the Nethergoyf, I think. We found Doomsday. Do we have good Doomsday piles? We have Dark Ritual Doomsday. We also have the Oracle. Don't really have a lot of fixing, or almost any. We do have Relic of Sauron. I could probably figure out a good Doomsday pile. So we've got Expedition Map, which could find us Bazaar or Urza Saga, or be tutored off Urza Saga to find Bazaar. There's also Dismember. We have a ton of cheap removal though. It'd be nice to see you at one of these charity events. Yeah, it'd be great to reach out. Jim is the one who organizes these. I'm sure we could ask next year. I'm gonna take the map. I think we're doing really good on removal quantities. Not the biggest Wish Call Talisman in decks that can't win the game immediately. I'm gonna take the Xander's Lounge just in case we end up splashing the Oracle for the Doomsday. Now we are also still kind of we are missing pretty severely. I guess maybe the Overlord's a good reanimation target. Oh, our reanimation quantity is kind of low, but let me take this Darkslick Shores as I can cast Mutagenic Growth. Don't think I'm gonna reanimate a Glorybringer, as sick as that sounds. All right, Wield the Night's Whisper. Fire Covenant is really good. It's gonna be that Mind. What I like about the Mind Stone is it makes the Karn and Urza Saga a good bit better. Yeah, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't have passed the Crab. Shitty land versus Crab. Well, it's a second blue source when I have Dark Ritual. When I have Doomsday Oracle. I feel like that was pretty important, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm probably gonna grab the Aether Spellbomb since I'm gonna be. I think I am playing the Oracle. Take the Crab. Fire Covenant is redundant with Deluge. Well, I think it's like significantly better than Deluge in this deck. Okay, maybe I'll play Tinker Citadel. That is a late. We actually just can support it, which is kind of crazy. We just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cheap artifacts plus the Relic of Sauron plus the Citadel plus the Saga also for Saga targets. Crab and Torsten are good reanimate picks. Well, the problem with Torsten was that it doesn't work with either of my reanimation spells. It doesn't work with Shallow Grave or Emperor of Bones. In fact, I have maybe I don't need to play blue mana. Maybe maybe my Thassa's Oracle pile can be like maybe I don't need to play the blue. Hold on. We might still want to splash Tinker, but what we could do, we do have the Unearth. So we can go like Doomsday for Bazaar of Baghdad. So we'll be down to 4, draw 2. Yeah, I mean just Bazaar of Baghdad Unearth is enough. So we might not even need to play blue mana, which would obviously make things like significantly easier. The problem is we do have Tinker Bolas' Citadel. So and then like that would also like Bolas' Citadel Doomsday is a win. So it's probably something that we want to splash. Actually, I wonder like do we even want to like. This is 31 cards, so we have to make a ton of cuts. Let's cut the occupation. I might want to be cutting the Gristlebrand Shallow Grave. It doesn't necessarily feel like we have the support for it. May not play Cecil. Probably don't play Nethergoyf. I think we're a bit too like in our Doomsday Tinker deck. I feel like we just kind of don't want to be playing this kind of shitty plan anymore. I do want to play the Harvester, and this way, like the Emperor can still like get the Harvester back, and then maybe if I have Harvester, then like we sideboard the Deluge. This is kind of an interesting one. Yeah, I'm not. We're not gonna be forcing any archetype. No, I'm not. I'm a believer that you just should always try to keep your mind open. Okay, I guess we cut the Cauldrons, although that's one less Tinker target. But if we cut the Gristlebrand, I think cutting the Cauldron makes sense. Carnage provides clues for Tinker. Well, the problem is if you have Tinker in your hand, this can never provide clues for it. You'd have to draw the Tinker after. So do I need this Bazaar of Baghdad for the Oracle piles? So I can go Dark Ritual. Well, I guess I can't Dark Ritual. Yeah, I guess I could go Dark Ritual, Night's Whisper, or Night's Whisper into Dark Ritual, maybe, and another card. Thoughtseize myself, then unearth the Oracle. The Bazaar is really bad except for these Doomsday piles where it seems to be really good. I do have the Urborg to help compensate some. Is Overlord good with the creature count? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess we're a little low. Deck definitely took a weird. I'm glad we took the Oracle. Deck definitely took a weird turn. Yeah, I'm not sure about this Interpreter. I feel like we're gonna be holding cards that we don't want to discard a lot now. All of a sudden, yeah, we could go Interpreter both Root Wallas. It's funny if Tinker is good, play Strix. Well, yeah, I think I agree. I think I agree. But we do have 3 blue black fixers. I'm just a little bit worried about our mana. So this is 25. I do think this is going to be a 17 land deck with the Mox because we have Bazaar of Baghdad and Urza Saga. Maybe it should still be 16. I guess with the map, we'll do 16. So this is 25, right? Counting the Moxen, or is it 26? It's 26. So we have to make 2 cuts. Could sideboard the Deluge. Could sideboard the Cut Down. Need the Unearth for the Oracle pile. Let's see, how much removal do we have? We've got Fatal Push, Cut Down, Toxic Deluge, Baleful Mastery, maybe Harvester. Maybe Baleful Mastery is the weakest. I really honestly don't have a lot of experience playing with it. I think it's probably fine to... I think that's probably the worst of it. We have to make one more cut after this. Maybe the Karn? Is Relic even good here? I mean, it fixes for blue and sacks to Tinker. It's okay with Mind Twist. It curves in the Bolas the Citadel. It's probably fine. You can also go Relic plus like a lot of these 2s. Kind of a tough. We could maybe not play the Inquisition. Sideboard in the Cut Down. I think siding in the Cut Down is what we'll do. Okay, so this would be 5 blue sources plus map. And then this would be 12 black sources plus map, I guess. Don't agree. Deluge is great. We're playing the Deluge. I disagree that Deluge is great. I feel that, Deluge is a card that plays to creature-based games, and for me, like there are just a lot of matchups that are not creature-focused. Like Deluge is a card that is dead against control. It's dead against a lot of combo, and so Deluge is good against a lot of the aggro decks. Or I mean, it's not dead against control and combo, but it's just very effective in some matchups and not that effective in other matchups. Kind of like Cut Down, which is why I think it's just fine to sideboard. Although it's a very, very good sideboard card sometimes. I think in your best decks, Deluge is like your best sideboard card. But I do think it's better than the Cut Down, kind of for the same reasons. Mastery for the sideboard in case you find another Oracle deck to make them draw. Yeah, that's true. We could board it in against that. And kind of a big outlier synergy wise. I do think that the build overall looks pretty cool. Okay, I'm glad we have a Fatal Push for this Ragavan. Feels like we're playing Modern, huh? Oh, you know what? There's not going to be a second Ragavan in its cube. I'm used to just letting them attack first. The main deck Trucks also feel very odd to me. Like this is a card I think is just not good in Modern these days. I think it's kind of cool that you can ramp into it. Oh, the idea of playing Cecil is that you can have more legends for Mox. Oh, and I do get punished here. The idea of Cecil is that you can play more legends for Mox Amber, but like 4 Mox Amber is just way too many in this deck. It's like you only have 3 copies too, and so like I just wouldn't play Mox Amber or Cecil probably. If you did want to play a black artifact focused legend, usually you want to play Asmo. Then Asmo is really good with Rottenmouth Viper in these decks, but that's that you might be familiar with the Monument to Endurance builds, but you don't have to go down that direction if you don't want to. I think I'll deep cavern bad and probably just try to trade for Ragavan. Obviously got punished with the fatal push. Well, they don't really have much else, do they? I don't know if I want to give them the Riddler back. Definitely a weird list, but I like a lot what's happening. I kind of like the look of like Last Ride in this kind of deck, trying to overlap some of the more fair black cards with some of the less fair cards. I just would move away from the Cecil Mox Amber plan unless you find different black legends, which I don't think they really exist. If you're gonna play if you're gonna play an artifact based mono black deck and you're looking for a 4 drop, let's play Airship over Turok, right? Let's play Airship over Turok. Airship would be so sick here. Don't know if it's possible to get like Phyrexian Tower into the mana base, but you might not need it. Yeah, I think that's closer to the direction I'd want to go. And then there's also another card that. Oh, you also try Obsessive Pursuit. Obsessive Pursuit makes a lot of cheap artifacts and is also really good with Viper. That's something that I think we're going to be trying soon. I do think we need to block. Yeah, I agree. I think you just need to move away from the Ambers. Yeah, Obsessive Pursuit seems pretty nice for the deck, though. If I drop Ambers, I think Tower Airship on the table. Yeah, I think you definitely need to play Airship. That card seems like so perfect for the deck. All right, so they got their Riddler back. They warp the Riddler. They just draw 1 card. Getting a little flooded here. Seems like I'd like to wait so I could like deluge away the Riddler if that's what they play next turn. I like that Sundering Eruption make the cube. How did Pursuit do yesterday? We didn't play almost in any match. We played a couple matches with it, and I think we only drew Pursuit once, so not a big enough sample size, I really think. So they're holding up the sink. I think that there's a good chance they sink the Emperor here. I'm not sure if the airship's in the cube. They drew a Firebolt. They have Riddler and Warp. They've got Sync up. We are so flooded for our very first game today. I think I probably just can't let them sit on Tamio forever. If they sink this, it is what it is. Can I raise the donation bar up? The QR code is cut off and can't scan. Okay. It looks like it is all in frame. It may be an issue with how I've got it set up on the Tiltify. Let me see. We also have commands for all of the donation stuff, but I do want to make sure y'all can donate this way too. Well, pretty cooked this game. Our draw was rough, although we did mess up, I think, with the fatal push. Suppose I cast this Harvester, just a 5-4 minutes. I moved the QR code up a little bit. Rush the scene. So they hardcast the Riddler. They plus the Tamio. 6 cards in their hand. We've got not a lot going on. We could just draw a Doomsday. Still, we draw a Karn. So we hit the Tamio down to 2 loyalty. Let's go and +1 the Karn. They say no to my Tinker. They say yes to the Night's Whisper. So my opponent can attack the Karn and they can firebolt it to stop me from getting access to the Tinker. The thing is, I don't have an artifact anyways, and if I deluge to kill the Riddler, then the Tinker for Citadel might not even be that good anyways. So, and then if I just draw two instead, and my opponent firebolts plus Riddler, and that's their whole turn. I think that's kind of fine. Again, we're mostly wanting to top deck Doomsday. Exclamation point C4C will or CFC will get you that fingy. They've got a Layla. They flip over a Spirebluff Canal. Was it Spirebluff Canal? Probably was. So we've got a dead Karn. They know I have the Toxic Deluge, so they're not going to play too much into it. That's true. We can just cast the Citadel if we draw it. So we'll try to kill the Tamio. I would kind of like to save the Xander's Lounge to cycle after we draw the Doomsday. That might be a little greedy, but it would let me win immediately. All right. I do think I'll just hold up the Bitter Triumph here. Probably cycle end of turn, but I also don't want the Bitter Triumph to get not Mana Leak because they've already used Mana Leak, but one of the Mana Leak adjacent effects. So Wasteland's not going to be doing too much, I think. We know that they have the Sundering Eruption. We don't know any other card over there. They also have Firebolt in the yard. Don't want to go down too little life total. Maybe I should have held the Swamp. Could discard the Dark Ritual, though. Alright, they float 3 mana and then they Wasteland me. Then they play the Oculus, leaving the Firebolt in the yard. We're playing to get spanked again. Team Gmo teams to steamroll Keep for Charity. Well, they have the Hogpog cheat code, but the plan is to not get steamrolled. Right now, they are out drafting us 23-3. Although we all, we're just not. We've just all woken up. Meebo's not even going to start drafting till this evening. Okay, they discard Vivi, they discard Daze. Good to know that they've got Daze in the deck. They also play a Channeler, so now they have Lethal next turn with the Firebolt. And boy, am I glad I can cycle these Triumphs, but I'm not feeling too optimistic. Let's go next game. Got flooded very badly. It does feel like our deck can beat theirs, though. So I do think I'm going to bring in Cut Down against the DRC Ragavan deck. They also have Tamio. Seems pretty good tool. Anything particularly not good? They draw a lot of cards. Mind Twist seems fine. Deluge is a little weird. Feels like we have I guess we have about the same amount of cheap creatures. It's probably fine. Could cut the Relic of Sauron. Although this seems like it's gonna be a grindier game. Maybe I'll cut the Inquisition. Cauldron for Graveyard Hate. Well, they've got Firebolt, Delirium. They've got Seasoned Pyromancer. Thing is, we just don't have much to Cauldron. It's kind of like a weird. I'm gonna minorly annoy you and just add counters. Maybe that's good enough for 2 mana, but I think it's fine not to include it. Let's keep this. So Harvester kills DRC Ragavan. It doesn't kill Tamio. This could maybe block Ragavan. Yeah, I'll put back the Harvester, I suppose. Sure. So if we draw a land, we're probably going to go Deep Cavern Bat, and if we don't, we'll probably go Urza Saga Mindstone so we can make a token. So they went turn 1 Wasteland, turn 2 Tamio. Tamio seems so good in the cube. We'll play the Mind Stone. Now, if I draw a land, I guess it kind of depends on, does it look like they're going to have counter magic up? Although they just probably will be easily able to represent counter magic since they've got the Tomio clue that they could sack otherwise. We'll see what happens. So they play a Surveil land, so maybe the coast will be kind of clear. But an island in the graveyard. Dark Ritual is. This could let me go Dark Ritual, cast Relic of Sauron, activate Urza Saga. Yeah, I think I'm in. We can pay for days on the Relic. Resolve pretty fast. Well, that's a bit of a disaster. So this lets me make an Urza Saga token, get Mox Emerald, cast Deep Cavern Bat, and then be able to top deck a land of Karn. I think that's probably what we're going to be at. Oh, sorry, we'll be able to. We have 4 mana next turn for Karn. And kill the Ral, probably. They have a Firebolt, which can kill the Deep Cavern Bat, which can unlock the Ral. They've got Malcolm, they've got Sync. Sync can be good against one of my Construct tokens. Yeah, I mean, the Ral is just so annoying. I think I just have to say, make it. Oh, wait. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that the Deep Cavern Bat was taking the Ral. It was a very weird brain fart. I do think taking the Firebolt's still fine with the Deep Cavern Bat in play. Like, it's just going to be able to kill the Bat no matter what, but weird brain fart. We do get to block for a free life point. Maybe my opponent will want to play the Seasoned Pyromancer to get some blockers and to flip the Tomio. They do have plenty of mana here. It's going to be kind of easy for them to hold up the mana leak too. Instead, they hold up Sync and Mana Leak. Well, let's go to combat. Expecting our opponent to Sync a construct here and then take 5. With holding up the Mana Leak / the Clue token. So maybe I sack the Aether Spellbomb for a card here. Urborg does tap for mana with the... Or the Bazaar does tap for mana with the Urborg in play. So they play Malcolm and then they hold both back. So they can't counter the Emperor Bones. My opponent's hand is Mana Leak, Seasoned Pyromancer, Mystery card, and they have also got a bunch of Clue tokens. Pretty cooked here. Is this a good moment to Deluge? Yeah, they might not realize I can pay for Mana Leak if I cast this Emperor. It doesn't really seem like it's a good moment to Deluge, though. Oh, they tap out of the Mana Leak. So I could Deluge to kill my whole board. Seems incorrect. I don't really know why they would sack the Clue in response and just tap out a Mana Leak. Yeah, I'm going to be dropping at X1. We got catching up to do. So 1 more mana, we can cast the Karn through the Mana Leak. We also maybe could Deluge and activate the Emperor this turn. Although I think I'm going to be a bit more content to... Well... Yeah, I think I want to activate the Emperor then Deluge. Though it's kind of weird how little my opponent seems interested in sacking the or flipping the Tamio. Yeah, I don't think the Tidebinder is probably getting much better than this. This means if I don't draw a land next turn, I can deluge maybe, and then they just don't sack this clue token. Although it wouldn't have flipped the Tamio. It's just so the way they're playing is so weird. But I've been totally buried. Magda, okay. I mean that plays into my deluge. So they still have Season Pyromancer, Mana Leak, 3 mystery cards. They play Steam Vince tapped. We could get the extra life. Maybe I should be playing the Karn. Okay, I'm gonna be down to play Karn here. I like that I can block the Malcolm with the Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, they drew Counterspell, so I guess now we'll just play the Deluge. And then let the Mana Leak it, I guess, and then hope for the best next turn. Like top deck a Citadel or a Tinker. Both, it's kind of the only two things. I think with that being my plan, we'll just hold back. Maybe it made more sense to try to like get the Deluge in through the Mana Leak. Maybe it was just a bit too impatient. It does kind of feel like just if I get the interaction out of their hand, like I can draw a Doomsday, or I can draw a Citadel, or I can draw a Tinker. And not that the Mana Leak is necessarily great against any of these, but it just kind of lets me fight through. Chef Lutz, the 27 months. Thank you. Welcome back. So they finally flipped the Tamio. They still have the Seasoned Pyromancer. They've got 4 other cards in their hand. They plus the Tamio. Such a weird game. Muse the 28. Thank you. Welcome back. Then they play the Seasoned Pyromancer tapping out. Just so odd. Yeah, the deck was just so devastating. All right, big draw step. Tinker, Citadel, Doomsday. Huh. Was this the secret best top deck? Seems really good. We do kill our own Deep Cavern Bat, and we can only hit the Tamio for 1. Definitely didn't seem too bad here, though. I'm gonna exile the Counterspell instead of the Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't expect my opponent to minus the Tamio and Seasoned Pyromancer next turn. We are only putting this to 1 because of the Tamio plus, so a bit easier to play through Sync than Counterspell. Asturiel, thank you for the 27 months. Hope I haven't been saying your name wrong this whole time. They do plus the Tamio again. Winning this game would be pretty crazy. They've drawn like 7 more cards than me. And stole my Relic of Sauron. Should have exiled Counterspell over Mana Leak because of Tamio flip? Yeah. Tinker, Doomsday, Bazaar. Yeah, the Bazaar is mostly part of my Doomsday pile. It's like both games where I've just been so like desperate to draw anything. It's been a long first match too. Opponent's like almost down 7 minutes or down over 7 minutes. Quite the warm up. They Flame of Anor. Oh, I didn't notice that Gab got a trophy too. They Flame of Anor just killing the Emperor. I draw my Tinker. The Bazaar with the Tinker can be pretty sick. I guess that's attack first. Maybe it's a bit obvious what I have, but I don't think there's really anything, now that the Emperor's gone, that will affect my combat here. And so maybe we can incentivize our opponent to like tap low to kill the Harvester. Perfect. They have to block both of these as well, because it's as menace. Now, they do have the Flame of Anor, so possible that they're going to be able to just kill the Citadel here if we don't have a good one. Although we have the Mind Stone and the Bazaar to clear the top of our library. So play it. That's 1 brick. Okay, here. Oh, this just wins, right? A amazing game to win. So we want Thoughtseize, Oracle, of course. Bitter Triumph. any of these. It doesn't really matter very much. I guess Deep Cavern Bat is just a 0. Emerald is just a 0. So done. And then we want this on the bottom. Get a little bit more info. Dang, their hand was bad. An unbelievable game to win. Now we have to go to game 3. We get to go to game 3. Crazy. I guess Mind Twist was also kind of an okay out on a lot of those turns. Let's mulligan this hand. It's not doing enough. My opponent's on a mold of 5. Maybe I'll join them. No, let's go and keep. I'll just put the Citadel back in the deck for the Tinker. Obviously, this hand's not great, but I think on the draw against a mold of 5, it's scrappy enough. I cannot believe we were down. We were probably down like 8 cards or something and still won. So I got turn 1 mounted, but no Ragavan. Glad you're hyped for Cube, Cobb. I just saw your message. That's true. Mind Twist can be very good against a mold of 5. Let's go and play the Strix, which is a good top deck. So we've got Bazaar, but we have no Urborg, so kind of a bad draw. Certainly don't mind running out the Emperor when I've got Unearth in my hand. Maybe mind it a little bit more with the Mind Twist. Maybe they're stuck on blue mana over there. Or the lack of blue mana. Well, hopefully Dark Ritual Mind Twist takes it home. I would be so surprised to win this match after we were probably like at one point like 5%, or that's about how I felt game 1. Right, they know the Mind Twist is coming. They can see it. Dark Ritual. Doesn't really seem like they took that long to take a look at my hand, but this is exactly 5 cards. They have 6 in their hand. All right, now they're down to 1 card. They exiled no creatures for my Emperor of Bones to steal. Whew. Alright, they cast a Magda. The most brazen of all the outlaws. I think I'll go and tap the Bazaar here. I think Mox Emerald is better than a land because of the Urza Saga Karn and Tinker. Let me just go ahead and harvester this. You know, kudos to them for playing this out after getting Mind Twisted for 5. And yeah, they've had enough. I guess they were dead on board to the Emperor plus Harvester. Okay, crazy match. We are undefeated so far in our Cube for Charity marathon stream, although that we're an hour in. Although, you know, we were drafting for a while. Kind of a slower hand on the draw, but we do maybe have a good ramp plan into Bolas' Citadel. It is really good if we draw 1 land. We can go Relic plus either 2 drop on turn 3. Surprised to see Dingo giving his massive subathon. Yeah, I didn't necessarily expect him to accept, but Dingo's a grinder. He's really built for it. How can I donate? So you can type !donate. You can scan the QR code on the screen. Oh, they surveilled Gristlebrand in the yard. What is? Oh wait, I have Emperor though. Let's hope they don't have the reanimation spell. You can type !C4C, !donate. Scan the QR code on your screen. All right, they have played this card I've never seen. Whenever you discard a card, Cam and Far. Oh, this is the Hobgoblin. I have seen this card. Well, I might just throw a Gristlebrand at you next turn, opponent. And if you want to get a deck tech as part of your donation, donations of $25 or more will get your deck reviewed on stream. All right, looks like we're going to get to throw the Gristlebrand at our opponent. And maybe set up to win the game next turn with like a Doomsday. We are getting hit for a lot. Maybe I even just want to be blocking with the Gristlebrand next turn. Yeah, I think so. I drew Doomsday, which is kind of interesting. So we'll get to play the Bazaar, and maybe we'll get lucky enough to... maybe we'll get lucky enough to find our Dark Ritual to try to combo off. Is the goal just the number of trophies or draft to trophy ratio? If draft to trophy ratio, if it's the former, I'm worried for you. Dingo might play 100 drafts alone. I mean, the goal is the number of trophies. Not the ratio. The ratio is a little bit more of a flex, I guess. But I'm up. I'm up. We're gonna grind for a long time here. I don't have the youth and energy of Dingo or Ginger maybe, but I've got some fights still left in me. All right, so the thirst is pretty good. This means I'm not going to be able to gain any life off the Gristlebrand probably this game. I don't think I'm going to be able to win unless I can cobble together a Doomsday pile, and I think I'm going to need Dark Ritual for that. So I think I'm going to need to draw 7 and hope to find the Dark Ritual the top 8. I do find the Dark Ritual. Now, I'm not 100% sure we have it, but it'll be fun to figure out. I think we do. All right, so let's go Dark Ritual. And then I guess I play Swamp. Swamp is better than Island because part of our pile is we're just unearthing the Oracle. So I'm going to Doomsday down to 1 life point. And so I'm going to get to draw 2 of my 5 cards, discard the Oracle. So I'll need to draw 1 more card in the pile somehow. Is that going to be possible? It's probably going to be possible. So I'm going to take Unearth. I'm going to take Thassa's Oracle. And then I'm at 2, so I can't Night's Whisper. I could take the Dark Ritual, and I could like cycle a Triome. So I'm gonna have 5 mana. So I go Dark Ritual, cycle Triome, then unearth the Oracle, and that's exactly enough, right? So take the Triome, and then what else? Spellbomb. I'm not gonna have any blue mana to cycle the Spellbomb, but I can cycle the Triome. I guess I'll take the Mox. Seems like this works. Gristlebrand got exiled. Yeah. I mean, it was always gonna get exiled to the Emperor of Bones, but they killed my Emperor main phase 1, so I didn't get to gain any life. Okay, so the order I want to draw these. I guess I don't really care about drawing the Mox Emerald, so I want to draw Dark Ritual Zaggoth Triome. Well, maybe I don't have enough because if I draw Unearth and I draw Oracle, I discard 3. Is my hand any helpful? If I had 2 more life points, the Night's Whisper would be helpful. I guess I could just cycle the Mind Stone. Yeah, okay, so let's just go 1, 2, and then I draw Dark Ritual Oracle, and then I draw Unearth. Okay, so yeah. So discard the Oracle, 1, 2, then go any order. Then we Dark Ritual, Mind Stone, sack Mind Stone, draw Unearth, unearth the Oracle, win the game. This is a lot of brain power for our first league of this marathon stream, but we're doing our best here. Jabbins with $100 and Jath with the $10. Sorry if I missed anybody. Also, had a lot of focus here. Oh, I didn't even notice I had Triumph in hand. But we got there. We got there. I'm gonna the Cecil to cut down the Nethergoyf probably. Let's cut the Bolas, the Citadel, the Karn, and the Night's Whisper. I think seems right. Cool. That was a swingy game. All right, we're on the draw for game 2. Hitting the Dark Ritual off the Gristlebrand was so critical there. There's a Mox Sapphire for a turn 1 Hobgoblin. Is it more important to Fatal Push the Hobgoblin or more important to... A little flooded again. We might just have to like value Bazaar. Value Bazaar. Play a Vivi. Final Fantasy duel here. I don't think I really want to attack with the Cecil. Let's activate the Bazaar. I heard a notification sound, but I feel like I've already seen the Jabbins and the Jaff donation. So all right, so we'll see what the reanimator part of the plan is. They also have Gristlebrand, so we'll see. It's good that we have Voidwalker, and it's good that we have Emperor of Bones. We'll see if they have the reanimation spell or if they're just, trying to get that in the yard. They do have the reanimation spell. We get to reanimate the Dothy Voidwalker, which is kind of interesting. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick while our opponent storms off here. Come on, draw 7 more cards. Coward. Their deck's pretty cool. I like the overlap of like the discard aggro and reanimator. Do I have a... Okay, so I do have some options for the Voidwalker. Nothing too crazy. No beats with the $50. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good holidays, my friend. I might steal this with like an Aether Spellbomb, honestly. Let's not block. Yeah, Voidwalker seems to beat the currency converter. But I would think that you would be able to choose as the owner. Oh no, it's no beats. I've been corrected many times. Yeah, I think Fatal Push and Cut Down are both maybe lethal top decks. Not too helpful. Not too helpful. I mean, I can escape this maybe. Oh, I always think it's 2 cards for some reason. All right, so I'll make another construct, and then we'll get Mox Emerald, and then we can activate the Aether Spellbomb. Playing around days doesn't matter. So we require my opponent to block one of my 2 guys here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not dead on board. Let's just see what happens. The Cecil can flip into a lifelinker. We're probably dead on the backswing, but... Yeah, can block here on lifelink. Dead to 2 non-creature spells. They've got 4 cards in hand and the loot with the Fable, but... I think this is about as good as we could do against this draw, and then we can hope for game 3 on the play. My opponent loots away a mountain in a swamp. That's a good sign, I guess. What does this do again? Whenever it attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in the graveyard. Okay, so that's not going to be relevant. Oh, Vivi doesn't have flying. Okay, I always forget Vivi doesn't have flying. We're actually doing a lot... We were doing a lot better than I thought. We were doing pretty good. Then they cast a Time Walk. Then they cast a Screaming Nemesis. Looks into the camera. When this creature attacks, deals damage to the fitting player of artifacts they control. So they will be able to attack with this. It'll deal me 4 damage. Probably going to need to settle this in game 3. Gonna play it out. Alright, so we double block the VV. They're going to kill the Cecil. I'm going to basically be at 6 life points. So close there at 1. There's not a Mana Vault in play, is there? They harvested my Voidwalker. Maybe they'll tap the Ancient Tomb. You know, Reduke's maybe not drafting this year, but I think we'll just make him kill us in his honor here. Alright, they've killed us. Game 3. Sorry, I cannot believe I forgot to board in the Cauldron. Holy guacamole. Let me cut the Mind Twist. Pretty bad against the Reanimators deck anyways. Okay, on the play. So we've got turn... Wow, this is turn 1 Bat, turn 2 Tinker. Thank you, Cube for Charity Gods. Let's freaking go. Oof, heart is pumping here. Opponents on the tank on their keep as well, so maybe it'll be weak to the Deep Cavern Bat. Remand, Mind Collapse, Generous Plunderer. Guess I'll take the Remand. Their hand's pretty bad. We could have got Baleful Strix here instead. Alright, well hopefully they didn't top deck a Braid or something to that nature. No, just Plundering. Okay, we play a Swamp from the top. Cut down the Plunderer. Yeah, it's fine, I think, to play this. We even get to manipulate the top of our library. You know what? I'm actually going to just Cauldron the Plunderer onto the Deep Cavern Bat, actually, so I can just be gaining 2 life a turn with Citadel in play. So not feeling too bad. Not feeling too bad at all. Oh, opponent has 16 life. I mean, I didn't realize that was covering the opponent there. Okay, we found the Doomsday. Okay, let me update the scene, see if that's better. Okay, they've totally gone away. Okay, I'll mess with that in a second. Okay, so we can Bitter Triumph our own Oracle just to get it back in the deck here. Oh, you know what? It should come back after there's another donation. Do you want to go for Thoracle? Loses to counter so head? No, it doesn't. We'll be able to Thoughtseize and Inquisition them before. And we know all but one of their cards. Okay, we are 2-0. Our first draft. Let's go and get a trophy prediction. The first of many trophies, I hope. We have Doomsday. I think that's good enough for me to keep. We need one more black source. We got a lot of black sources. They know about the Doomsday. Plays a basic island. And a Mox Jet. And a Urza's Bauble. Cracks the Urza's Bauble. They reveal a Swamp. Am I supposed to know? Look at a card. Oh, it reveals a Swamp not from the top of the deck, from the hand. Bolas Citadel, amongst the worst draws, I guess. Makes my Tinker kind of offline. You got a turn 2 play. They got a Chromatic Star, so they're going to be some kind of combo deck, maybe weak to my Deep Cavern Bat. So I probably have to take the Brain Freeze, right? Because it messes with my Doomsday too much. Yeah, Moda used to have redemption for foil sets. It's been a long time since that was the case. Oh, shoot, I should have attacked afterwards. My life total will be one more. Don't play a lot of Doomsday. I cast Doomsday, though. We're going to get Unearth, Thassa's Oracle, Bazaar of Baghdad, and then Thoughtseize. Where's my Thoughtseize? Oh, here it is. So, although I'm not sure, so I'm gonna draw Bazaar for turn, play Bazaar, draw Oracle, Unearth, discard the Oracle, draw whatever. That whatever is Thoughtseize, cast Thoughtseize, and Unearth the Oracle. Okay, so I already have the Thoughtseize, I already have the Oracle. Is there anything else that could remotely matter? Not really. I guess I might as well take Inquisition. So I want to draw Bazaar first, then Unearth Oracle, then Thoughtseize. No, Thoughtseize, then Unearth after that. So this is the one that goes on the very bottom and doesn't really matter so much. Then I draw the Unearth. I draw Bazaar, draw Oracle, Thoughtseize. Then I cycle the Spellbomb. Then I draw the Unearth off the cycle Spellbomb. Then okay. So top and then top, top, top. Okay, your turn. Okay, that's fine. Somehow that's fine. We need them to not draw a removal spell. Is the Moto set redemption just money, positive or no? I don't know. I think sometimes yes, sometimes no, but you have to wait a long time, and you also have to be able to sell paper cards, which is like it's not like you're gonna be able to buy list them almost ever for money positive. So they do have Damnation. They cast Luris. Interesting that Luris is not a companion in their deck. Alright, so we draw on Earth. Oh, sorry. We draw on Earth off the Aether Spellbomb. Dude, it's so funny to beat Thought Scour with Doomsday. That was crazy. All right, cut down looking a bit better than Fatal Push for Luris. I like having triple discard spell against them. Let's cut the Deluge at least. Cecil could come in. Cecil Goif, maybe just get a bit more aggressive. Because I don't really love going for the Doomsday plan that often when they have Brain Freeze and Thought Scour in their deck, but we can probably outthink them some amount of the time. Could cut the Bitter Triumph, maybe. Could cut the Harvester. Harvester does kill Luris, though. Agatha may be good. I think we'll just wait on Agatha's to see if it's good for game 3 rather than just kind of randomly hope it is. Look at the Relic of Sauron, I think, kind of slow. If they have Oracle, Baleful could be a fun one. That's true, yeah. Cauldron, assuming they have Yogg, Will or Breach. Maybe I feel like I would just usually like to see those cards instead of assuming that they're in there. Days with the $50. Thank you so much. Y'all have been awesome so far. I'm hope to do you proud with these trophies. We need one more win. It would be great to set the tempo here, you know, with the trophy in our first draft. I think I like playing the Cecil turn 1 here. Pinhead Prism, huh? Might use Bazaar to grow the Nether Gwaif this game. I guess I didn't play around Days very well. Interesting. Don't really care about the Mind Twist, I suppose. I feel like the Mystical Tutor, if they get a wheel, that's going to be okay. That's probably the best thing for them to get here. It seems like they need some more resources, so we'll take the Night's Whisper. Nethergwaif, great against Mind Twist here. They probably will just Mind Twist me. I think that'll be just okay. Yeah, they probably cash in the Prism and just strip my hand, and then my Gwaif is a 3/4. It's only a 3/4? Maybe that's not also good. Let's get in there, guys. They also can't cast the Luris anymore, so their hand is Mind Twist, Time Spiral, Luris, Mystery card. They play an Island. It's probably going to Mind Twist here. Great top deck. I thought Thoughtseize would let me flip the Cecil. Not quite that lucky. Going to put them down to 8 life, though. Also, if they play the Luris next turn, then we can attack here. Do they even have anything the Mystical Tutor for? We'll find out. If it's a wheel, obviously, we don't really care. We'd even be happy, maybe. Glad we boarded in the Cecil and the Nethergwaif. Glad we boarded in the Cecil and the Nethergwaif. My opponent reveals a Manamorphose. A good sign for us. A good sign for us. Honestly, getting mana... I guess this lets them Luris. Does let them Luris. So it is Luris, Time Spiral, Mystery card. So we're going to cycle the Triumph. Alright, we're going to get in with both. They'll probably just trade Luris for Cecil, honestly. Because I get to flip it otherwise. Be a pretty good trade for them. Buy them a lot of time. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with Cecil. I think it's okay. They might not want to trade. They should, though. Yeah. Also, like, letting them have the Luris is a little risky, too. Alright, so they're at 8. I'm at 10. My Gwaif goes to 4/5. I missed that would happen. So now it's still a 2-turn clock. Their hand is Time Spiral, Mystery card. So they might just be trying to YOLO the Time Spiral. Obviously, we have a huge top deck here. We have an Emperor of Bones. So this allows me to... I guess I can put them to 1 by getting back the Luris, and then I can get the Cecil back. It's better than getting my own Cecil back. 1, unfortunately, is not 0 as far as they tell me. Hopefully, we're not one life point away from this trophy. They would have to have a really good Time Spiral plus a 6 land in order to get us. Although that's definitely possible. I don't have like a Bowmaster to hold up. If I did have a Bowmaster in my deck, I probably wouldn't cast the Cecil. They do have the 6 land. Their mystery card is Lion. Their 2 mystery cards was Land, Lion's Eye Diamond. Blover with the $20. Thank you so much. No, good luck to you. Or actually, no. We need to win. Basic land 2. I think the deck's probably all basics for whatever that's worth. But yeah, most non-basics wouldn't have done it for them there. They have 8 mana. 7 cards in hand. They would have conceded already right now if they just had a whole bunch of nothing. Probably. So they've got at least some spells in their hand. They Mystical Tutor for a Tendrils of Agony. I guess I'm at 13. Storm count is 4. Storm count is 5. 5, right? The Time Spiral, the LED, the Brainstorm, the Tutor, the Looting. So they're going to need to cast 1 more spell and then the Tendrils, which they probably can do. They discard Echo of Aeons. Alright, so it looks like they have enough. Close game. Close game. All right, game 3 on the play. Yeah, they do have looting. I guess the Cauldron's probably going to be good enough to bring in. I'm going to cut the cut down. I think we'll have 2 removal spells for Luris. It seems like that and Oracle are their only creatures. All the marbles. Very tough game to lose there. Don't know if there was much else we could have should have done. Honestly, like their 2 mystery cards being land time spiral or land LED. It's like it's brutal there. Yeah, they would have been short without the LED mana. So we have no disruption for the combo except for the Cauldron. We do have a Doomsday, which could let me combo turn 4. Although I don't have the 3rd black to do so. Let's keep. Pretty borderline, I think. I guess we could Expedition map turn 2 if we didn't want to play the Cauldron. So the Cauldron is good against their Echo of Aeons, potentially their Looting, potentially their Luris. I guess we can't crack the map anyways, so we'll play the Cauldron out. Yeah, I guess we could I'll just make cue for charity. Okay, thanks Magical. So we're hoping to just draw a swamp to go for the turn 4 win. Although, you know, they do have like a good bit of cards that can disrupt my turn 4 win, I guess. They Knight's Whisper. We'll go ahead and Cauldron that, I guess. So I guess I can go Expedition map for Urborg and then Inquisition plus Doomsday next turn. Don't love how long they're thinking. They play a mountain after a lot of thinking. Then they cast Tinker Mage. Or Trinket Mage, sorry. And then they have some more thinking. Awesome dude at the 11 months. Staying awesome. Thank you. They get an Urza's Bauble. Plays the Urza's Bauble. They don't crack it because of the Cauldron, I guess. Because they've got Luris in their deck. So we're going to get our Urborg. Then we're going to untap.
Would you like this?
Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you, sweetie. I did have one today. That's just bringing me some caffeine. Okay, so we can set up for the win next turn. We need our opponent to not draw Brain Freeze or Thought Scour probably, and we're gonna win. Their hand sucks. Yeah, I'll just take the Metamorphose because I can Cauldron the Chromatic Star, then Luris Urza's Bauble won't really do anything. Alright, Doomsday. Okay, and then we're not going to attack with Cecil because of Tendrils. We're going to get Bazaar of Baghdad, Thassa's Oracle. We already have a Cycle in our hand and the Aether Spellbomb. Dark Ritual, Thassa's Oracle. Inquisition. Maybe Night's Whisper I can go for this time. Unearth. Already chose that. Already chose this. Already chose this. And then... do I also take a Inquisition? I think so. Maybe his Thoughtseize better? I think Inquisition's going to be better. Okay, so we'll say done to this, and then the order. So if my opponent Brain Freezes me, is there like a good pile? Maybe I can go Night's Whisper on top. Go Night's Whisper on top, then Inquisition, then Bazaar, then Unearth, then Oracle, and I go Night's Whisper. I go Night's Whisper into... draw Inquisition Bazaar, and then I tap Bazaar, and then I draw 2. Is that too many cards? So I go, I draw Night's Whisper for turn, then I draw Inquisition and Bazaar, then I cast Inquisition, then I play the Bazaar, I draw the Oracle, and I draw the Unearth, and I don't deck myself, and then I win. So I think that should be the pile, and this plays around Thought Scour or Brain Freeze. I guess not Brain Freeze, but it plays around the Scour. So that means I want to have Oracle, Unearth last. Then I want to draw the Night Sister first. Okay. Pass back. Didn't choose Dark Red. I don't need the Dark Red. This is for the trophy. Pretty exciting. Their hand was really bad when we saw it last turn. They get a few draws. Should I be on Earth be on the bottom to play around Brain Freeze on 1? Brain Freeze on 1, I still... Like, they only mill 3 cards. Whisper first, Bazaar third, Oracle fourth, plays around single Brain Freeze and Scour. Yeah, I guess so. Of course, we'll just kind of... They're not super likely to draw these, thankfully. They Cabal Ritual, then they're probably going to play the Luris. Oh no, then they Mystical Tutor. Oh, no. No, they're just going to Brain Freeze me. No! Devastating. Thanks, Killa. Glad you still like the stream. Sorry for sounding so defeated. Brutal loss. That's Cube, huh? That's what all the people say. Okay. Run it back.